and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jennifer if you're new here, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about things that I only own one of as a minimalist. I've seen this tag around all over the minimalist section of YouTube. I think it was started by Sarah Therese, but I've also seen Ashlyn Eaton? I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I've seen her do it too. I'll link a few channels that were my inspiration for this video below. I think this video is particularly interesting because it seems like everybody has such a wildly different list, even though we all call ourselves minimalists. And it just goes to show that you can be a minimalist and live a very different lifestyle than somebody else who calls themselves a minimalist. And there are things that I have only one of that other people might have 2, 3, 4, 5 of, and vice versa. And I just think it's interesting, also because I'm a little bit nosy. I think it's interesting to kind of peer into the homes and the thought processes of other minimalists to see what they only own one of. So here's my list. There are more. I could do another video on this, but I didn't want to have this be so long. So I compiled a short list and I can do another video if you guys want it. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so number one is my one and only pair of sneakers. They're by the brand New Balance. I always think it's so gross when people are showing their shoes, whether it's like a shoe haul video or a minimalist shoe collection or whatever, and they're touching the bottom of their shoes as if they don't go everywhere on the planet outside of your home. So I will not be touching the bottom of these shoes, but these are the only pair of sneakers that I own. I used to keep an old pair that I would use for kind of junky activities like gardening or hiking or whatever, and then a new pair that I would use for the gym. And I find that I only need one pair, and if they get dirty, I can just throw them in the washing machine and it works out fine. So I just buy a neutral color of a shoe that's, you know, comfortable, neutral, goes with anything that I wear. Not that I wear a lot of bright colors, but I buy one pair, and then once my knees start to hurt or they get kind of worn down and I realize that the insole is wearing thin, I just replace them. My one and only for now, and then when these die, I will get another one and only, probably in the same color wave. So the next thing that I only own one of is one cast iron pan. I am somebody who very much enjoys cooking, so I do have a variety of different sizes of pots and pans and different types of pots and pans. I have a frying pan, I have a wok, I have a cast iron pan, etc., etc. My kitchen, I would say, is still pretty minimal for somebody who cooks as much as I do, especially because it's small. I live in a one-bedroom apartment. There's not a lot of room for excess in my kitchen. But one area where I do lose my train of thought, but one item that I definitely only have one of in my kitchen and one type of in my kitchen is one cast iron item, and mine is a pan. So I have this cast iron pan here, and you can see how shiny it is because my grandma and my mom and my dad all taught me that if you don't oil your pan, you're dumb, basically. So I have my one cast iron pan. It's the type of item that can last generations. I believe that cast iron pan was originally my grandma's, and then it was my mom's, and now it's mine, and I hope one day it'll be my child's. Cast iron is very resilient. It's very heavy duty, and it's something that I absolutely love to cook in. Now, the reason that I only have one is because they are difficult to clean. And if you have cast iron and you care for it the same way I do, is you don't clean it usually with soap and water. You clean it with like salt and you get the bulk of the food out, and then you maybe do a little bit of soap and water, rinse it out, oil and season it, and then bake it in the oven for 20 minutes and then put it away so that the cast iron doesn't get rusted. That's how you keep a cast iron good, well, and seasoned. So for that reason, I find that the cleanup of the cast iron is something that is a little bit methodical for me. So it's something that I do like to do, but I wouldn't like to do more than one cast iron on any given night that I'm cooking. If I'm cooking a meal for me and my husband, I would hate to have to clean 2 to 3 cast iron pans because that would be really annoying for me. But the one, it's methodical, it's kind of meditative when I clean it. So for that reason, I only have one. Basically, I'm lazy, but I do like the quality of food that comes out of a cast iron pan. So I will always have one. I'm never gonna get rid of it because I don't like cleaning, but I will only have one because I don't like cleaning, and I don't trust my husband to clean the cast iron. I've been indoctrinated in how to clean cast iron from the time I was like a fetus. So I trust nobody else, and I probably never will. So for that reason, my one and only forever. So the next item that I only own one of is one TV. Now, in a one-bedroom apartment, that's pretty easy to maintain, only having one TV. The reason I wanted to mention this is because when I do eventually one day buy a home, I will likely have multiple TVs, perhaps one in the downstairs den. This is me imagining what my future house will look like, but perhaps one in the downstairs den, one in the family room, and maybe one in like the gym/office area if we have one. I don't know what our house looks like yet, but having more than one TV sometimes can have a purpose. But in my current life and my current situation, living in a one-bedroom apartment, I do only have one. And the reason I wanted to mention this is because I will never, ever put a TV in my bedroom. I have a very strong belief that the bedroom is a place of rest, it's a place of relaxation, it's a place of slumber, it's not a place for work, so a desk will also probably never belong in my bedroom. It's not a place for entertainment, so a TV will not ever find its way into my bedroom. My husband and I have actually had discussions about this because he would like to have a TV in the bedroom so that we could lay down and watch TV together. And I'm so strong about how much I do not want one in the TV. I feel like if we get one how we don't want one in the TV, how I don't want one in the bedroom. I feel like if we get one, I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna be lazy, I'm gonna watch TV, my muscles are gonna atrophy. It's just, for me, a strong no. Now, I have nothing against people who have TVs in their bedroom. It's just not for me, and it never will be. So, long tangent aside, right now I only have one TV in my house. So the next thing that I only own one of is kind of a lie, and let me explain. I currently have two blushes, and you can see they're very similar tones. This one by Physicians Formula is my favorite blush of all time. It's like a mosaic type, and it's you blend it together and it's a really nice peach color. This has unfortunately, like all good makeup in my life, I feel like, this has unfortunately been discontinued. I really want to wear this particular color on my wedding day because I haven't ever found anything that is the absolute perfect peach for me. Hey, editing me here, and I'm realizing as I'm holding this blush up, you can see the glare from my ring light. The ring light is brand new. It was a gift from my husband to sort of support this channel, and obviously I'm not used to it, so please excuse the glare. I don't know how the beauty gurus do it where there's never a glare on their products, but it's a little annoying, so please just ignore it and next time will be better. Thanks. So until my wedding day, I am gonna hold on to this item, but immediately after it will be decluttered. So technically I have two blushes right now, but this one has a very specific purpose. And if the pandemic ends soon, it'll be out of my life soon. Otherwise, you know, my wedding's just gonna keep getting delayed. But that's why I hold on to this one, because I can't get it anymore. And this used to be my everyday blush, and I've been looking for a replacement. So as you can see, it's a peach tone. And for whatever reason in the drugstore, everybody's all about pink blush, and I have trouble finding peach tone blushes. So I took this blush with me to Target, to Ulta the other week, and I found this one. Now, when using this on the skin, it's pretty similar, so I'm comfortable, you know, having this be my new everyday blush. However, this is not what I want to wear on my wedding day. The tone is just ever so slightly off to the point where I do want to keep this just until I get married, and then I'm perfectly fine having this be my everyday blush. And for anybody asking why I bought this one while I still have this one, it's because this one is getting expired, and particularly with cosmetics, expiration dates kind of, not expiration dates, but products that are near expiration kind of gross me out, especially when I'm applying them to my face. I do have acne prone skin, so I'm pretty sensitive with things that are nearing their expiration. So I'm fine using it, you know, the one time on my wedding day and then washing it off right after, but I don't feel comfortable using this as my everyday anymore because it's near its expiration, which is why I went out, and I found this one, which is similar, but not quite the same. Don't you guys hate when they discontinue products? I mean, it makes sense. They have to have room for new inventory, but it's annoying when you have something that you love and have loved for years disappear. So I consider it an item that I only own one of because there's only one that I use, and then there's one that I'm saving for one particular day. There's only one that sits in my makeup bag. There's only one that I use. So in my mind, it's one blush, and it very much in reality will be one blush come May of next year if the pandemic has settled down by then. But technically, I had to be honest with you guys and let you know that I do hold two in my life, technically. Anyway, on to the next one. So the next thing that I only own one of is one wallet. I am not the type of person that likes to collect wallets or even purses or really anything accessory-wise like that. So I only have one wallet. It serves its purpose. It can fit in every pocket of every purse I have. And it can also sometimes fit in the pocket of my jeans if the company has been generous with their pockets. So this is my one and only wallet. It's actually technically a card holder. I don't have that many credit cards that I carry around with me all the time. I have some credit cards that I leave in the safe and I only use when I'm buying like big things like flights or whatever for points purposes. But the credit cards that I use daily, weekly, and the membership cards that I have to keep, they all fit in here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus a place for cash at the top. I don't really carry change. I don't really carry cash. I carry some emergency money with me in my car, in my home, and like 20 bucks in my wallet. But for the most part, no cash. Just a few cards on this side and a few membership cards on this side. And that's been enough for me for years. This is a leather wallet, so it's likely gonna last a long time. It's black, timeless. And I foresee myself having this wallet until something significantly better steps into my life or until wallets are obsolete and we're all just using our phone and Apple Pay, Samsung Pay to pay for everything. But for now, this is my one and only, and it will be for a while. And the very last thing that I'll be talking about today that I only own one of is my phone case. And as you can see, my phone is not currently in its case because it's what I use to film. I'm not fancy enough to have a DSLR camera yet. Maybe once I get monetized on YouTube, then I will invest in that. But for now, I film on my phone and it works for me. But this is my one and only phone case. I think it's by the brand OtterBox, but it's rubbed off. It's definitely really industrial. I treat my things really well, especially as a minimalist, because I like to have things that last. But I drop my phone so often. And part of it is because it falls out of my dinky little pockets all the time. But sometimes it just falls out of my hand. So I really like to get a phone case that has a lip. You literally can't see because it's black. But it lips over the top of the screen. That way if it falls face down, you have that little bit of guard so that your screen isn't shattered. This has protected my phone so many times. I'll see if I can link it below. I got it on Amazon. And when this one, just like my wallet, when this one eventually, bites the bullet and cracks or doesn't keep on my phone anymore, then I'll get a new one. Or if I get a new phone, obviously this won't fit whatever that new phone is. So then at that point, I'll get a new one. For me and my lifestyle, I've never felt the need to have different, unique, and cute phone cases. I've just sort of had the one. Yeah, it's not that interesting. It's just a black case, but there you go. I only have one and I will only ever have one at a time. So those are some of the items that I as a minimalist only own one of. I so appreciate you guys watching. Please give this video a like if you liked it and subscribe if you like this kind of content, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. The reason I think that this video is interesting is because I'm nosy. I'm nervous because I'm still not very good on camera. And then on top of that, it's like 7,000 degrees outside, so I am... That's kind of weird sounding. Oh no, stop falling. But for now... Oh no, don't break.